Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be explaining how to process data using VLOOKUP function in Microsoft Excel. Let me state here that VLOOKUP can be used to process any data in any discipline. So, the procedure explained in this video can be applied to process any data. The data I will be processing in this video is students' test scores. How student test scores provided in different Excel sheets can be aggregated into one single sheet and sum up to have the total test scores for each of the students. Before I perform this task, it is pertinent to explain what VLOOKUP function is all about so that its application will be easily understood. Please do not wait to the end of this video to give me a thumbs up if you find this video very helpful and very useful. Also click the subscribe button and the notification bell and select all so you will get notification of my new videos and other videos that I have previously uploaded to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. Now, what is VLOOKUP? VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. That is, it's a function that makes a cell search for a certain value in a column called table array in order to return a value from a different column in the same row. Component of VLOOKUP function. VLOOKUP function has four main components, which include the following. 1. The value you want to look up. 2. The range in which you want to find the value and return the value. 3. The number of the column within your defined range that contains the return value. And 4. 0 or false for an exact match with the value you are looking for, and 1 or true for an approximate match. That is, by entering 0 or false, you have instructed VLOOKUP to search for a value and import into a different sheet for further processing. Syntax for VLOOKUP function. The syntax for VLOOKUP are value, range, column number, false or true. Now let me switch over to Excel spreadsheet and explain how data can be processed using VLOOKUP function in Microsoft Excel. The data to process here is student test scores. We have 3 teachers that administer tests to a set of students. Student numbering 1 to 200. Of course, you will agree with me that this is a large class size. So, column A is the serial numbering of the student. Column B indicates the registration number of the student. Of course, each student has a unique registration number, so this will form our primary key. Column D shows the test scores for the first test, and the maximum scoring is 10%. Column E is where the test scores for the second test will be entered. Column F is where the test scores for the third test will be entered, and column G is where the total test scores for the 3 tests, test score 1, test score 2 and test score 3 will be computed. Now the intention here is to import test score 2 and test score 3 from test score 2 sheet and test score 3 sheet into test score 1 sheet, so that it will be summed up in column G. In the first test, some of the students did not take the test. To know the student that did not take the test, we quickly sort. To know how to sort in Microsoft Excel, please watch my video on how to sort examination results in Microsoft Excel, just displayed at the top right corner of your screen. Click on the video, it will open for you to watch and understand how to sort in Microsoft Excel. 20 students did not take the test. Now let me undo. In the second test, 185 students took the test, so 15 students failed to take the test. Who are the students? VLOOKUP will help us identify the students who failed to take the test. To import test score 2 from test score 2 sheet into test score 1 sheet, first you place your cursor in column E against the first student or against the first student registration number. Now you click on the function icon FX at the formula bar. The insert function menu is displayed. To activate VLOOKUP, if this is your first time to use VLOOKUP, inside the search for a function box or space, Select the content and type VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP. Next, you click on Go or tap the Enter button of your computer. VLOOKUP is activated. Ensure that it is selected. Next, you click on OK. The function augment menu is displayed and will have the following variables: lookup underscore value, table underscore array, column underscore index underscore number, and lastly range underscore lookup. Now ensure that your cursor is inside the lookup underscore value space or box. Then click on the first student registration number. The ID is displayed as B2. Now press the tab key of your computer and your cursor moves into the table underscore array space. Next, you open the sheet of interest, the sheet in which you want to import test score 2 into test score 1 sheet. Now you click on test score 2 sheet. Place your cursor on column B and ensure that the cursor is in vertical position. Your cursor must be in vertical position. Once your cursor is in vertical position, click column B and press the left shift key of your computer and hold. Now, using the forward arrow key, you move to the column of interest and count as you progress. Now, column B is 1. Move the forward arrow key to column C and count 2. Next, move to column D, the column of interest, and count 3. So the range in which we want to import, the range is column B to column D. Next, you press the tab key and your cursor move to column underscore index underscore number and enter the value 3 in this case, because column D, which is the column of interest, is 3. Next, you press the tab key again and your cursor moves to range underscore lookup space. Now you type the command force. Now if you have made mistake, variables will be in red color. Since none of the variable is in red, you click on OK. You will now observe that the first student test score is imported, which is 6. To confirm if VLOOKUP imported the exact test score, open test score 2 sheet. Of course, we are correct. The first student test score is 6. Back to test score 1 sheet. To bring forward the other student test scores, you place your cursor on the first student's second test score, which is in column E at the bottom right hand corner. Ensure that the cursor is turned into a plus sign, and in this state you double click and the other student test scores are now brought forward. Remember, I did say that 15 students failed to take the second test. Who are these students? VLOOKUP is able to identify them and the scores indicated as number not available. Similarly, to import the third test scores for all the students, you place your cursor against the first student registration number in column F. Again, click on the function icon fx at the formula bar. The insert function menu is displayed. Ensure that VLOOKUP is activated. Next, click on OK. Now, your cursor being inside the lookup underscore value space, click on the first student's registration number. The ID is displayed as B2. Next, you press the tab key of your computer. The cursor now moves to table underscore array space. Next, you click the sheet of interest. In this case, it's test score 3 sheet. Click and open. Next, you place your cursor on column B and ensure that the cursor is turned into vertical position. Your cursor must be in vertical position and click column B. Now press the left shift key and hold. Now, using the forward arrow key, move the cursor to the column of interest, which is column D, and count as you progress. Now column B is 1, column C is 2, and column D is 3. So the range in which you want to return the score is B to D. Now you press the tab key once again and your cursor moves to column underscore index underscore number space. Now enter the value 3, because the column of interest is D and D is 3. Again, press the tab key and your cursor moves to range underscore lookup space. Now you enter the command force. Again, none of the variables here is in red. Since none of the variable is in red, it shows that all what you have done is correct. Next, click on OK. The first student third test score is brought forward, which is 9. Now let's check if what we have done is correct. I now open test score 3 sheet And of course, 9 is the first student test score, which is correctly imported back to test score 1 sheet. To bring forward the other student test scores into sheet 1 and align in column F on the first student test score, place your cursor at the bottom right corner and ensure that it is turned into a plus sign, and in this state you double click and the other student test scores are brought forward. Now, for the third test score, we observe that only 195 students took the test, indicating that 5 students failed to take the test. Again, VLOOKUP is able to identify the students that failed to take the test and their scores indicated as number not available. Now, looking at the formula bar, you will observe that the test scores, that is test score 2 and test score 3, that have been imported into test score 1 sheet are linked to their sources. To disconnect the test scores from their sources, you select the test scores and copy and take to a new sheet and place the test scores using paste values. Now I click on paste values. Next is to copy number not available. Just copy one of it. Do Ctrl F and paste. Here I want to find all the number not available and enter 0 for all the values, because the student failed to take the test and the value 0 will be entered for the student. Now click on find all and replace with 0. Click on replace all. 20 replacements are made. In the second test, 15 students failed to take the test, and in the third test, 5 students failed to take the test, giving us 20 replacements. Next is to select all the test scores, copy, take to sheet 1 and paste the values using paste values. Now the test scores are all disconnected from their sources, so we cannot proceed to compute or to sum up. To sum test score 1, test score 2 and test score 3 in column G, place your cursor against the first student in column G and enter the equals to sign. Now click on the first student test score, enter the plus sign. Click on the second test score, enter the plus sign, and lastly click on the student test score and tap the enter button of your computer. The first student test score is displayed as 22, that is, he scored 22 over 30. To get the other student test scores, place your cursor on the first student total test score. Place your cursor at the bottom right hand corner. Ensure that the cursor is turned into a plus sign and double click, and other student test scores are now brought forward. Now, to know which students have the highest test score, now we can now sort this data based on the column of interest to know which student had the highest test score and who had the highest test score. Candidate number 150, and the least test score is 8, which is candidate number 146. You now observe that VLOOKUP function is able to process this large data within a very short time compared to the manual method of processing data. Now let me undo. Now, if you're watching my video for the very first time and you have found it very useful, I request that you subscribe to my channel to watch my other videos. To subscribe to my channel, click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell and select all to watch my other videos. Thanks for watching. See you on my next video.